Recently, at the time of making this video, several messages has hit the Discord servers and tweeters from numerous Krunker content creators mentioning how they all missed the game of Krunker.io and enjoyed their stay while the game lasted, with some even cursing at the FRVR company. This all happened right after a message from Noon got published in Krunker Bunker that spread real quick between all Krunker clans and discords. Noon mentioned in the message that he's leaving Krunker forever on 14th of July and the Yendis and FRVR emails are dysfunctional as of now. He even mentioned that scamming and potentially hacking might skyrocket in Krunker without proper management. In another message where he again mentioned he's leaving Krunker, it was also noted that without a comp scene being present in the game, there is no hope for a competitive community to rise up, and that he has already done all the payments that were due to close the whole comp community up. Even though Krunker already cut funding from all competitive servers, some players still had hope for a comp game mode to be published at some stage, but this message just brings even more frustration to them. Following that, there was also a message from Vince in Krunker Bunker mentioning he would not be appearing anymore. There wasn't much else said by Vince to clarify what that really means, but it likely hints at him also leaving the community in the future. Another tweet from a skin maker named Weepy noted that he will no longer be making skins for Krunker and he will be leaving the game. I'm uncertain as if that was his personal decision regarding the matter or if he's been asked to quit by FRVR, but by the looks of the tweet and by the way that it was worded, it sounds like FRVR is getting rid of some of the skin makers as well. This obviously did result in lots of people panicking and giving away their items. It was even said that the funding for Krunker.io website has been cut, which would ultimately result in Facebook Krunker taking over. I am, however, not certain that the cut in funding from the website is true, and as of now, this just remains as a rumor. Now, even though this might be too many bad news at the same time, Noon did mention in another post that he will be having a meeting on the upcoming weekend with FRVR and Sydney, talking about the whole situation and that KPT might not be dead yet and that the Krunker Bunker server will stay as it is. In my honest opinion, it was sort of expected that an event like this would eventually happen after FRVR bought Krunker. After all, FRVR is mainly focused on Flash games and their major audience comes from Facebook players. From the looks of it, FRVR is just narrowing down the staff and trying to cut their costs wherever they can. It doesn't necessarily mean that the game would be dead 100%, but it would definitely mean that the average player experience would get worse with these changes. The removal of KPD, if that does happen, could be the dream of all hackers and the hacking situation could potentially get really bad, enough to the point where the game would be basically unplayable. With all that, however, I believe the majority of Krunker.io players wouldn't want to transfer to the Facebook game, and even if FRVR website itself links to the Krunker.io's page as of now. Considering that, I don't think that FRVR would simply just close the Krunker.io servers and delete all players' progress in an attempt to make them join their Facebook version. That would obviously cause a lot of outrage. If they do plan to move over to Facebook version, transferring accounts or giving them compensation for the player accounts and the grind that they've done would be a better path for them to take. After all though, these are just my opinions and we don't really know exactly what will be happening until a proper announcement from devs or FRVR comes out. Noon obviously has a huge influence on the game and its implementation of terms of service. Him leaving Krunker has already made lots of people unhappy because it basically means that there would be no more TOS, or at least no one putting any effort in implementing the terms of service. The only thing we can look forward to is an update from Noon after his meeting on the weekend on what will exactly happen to Krunker. With all that being said, I want to dedicate this last portion of the video to thank Noon for all of the effort he's put into Krunker. He's been a huge help to content creators and to the Krunker community, and I don't think Krunker would have gotten to where it is right now without his help.